Just watching these little cameras over here doing a little bobble, you know.
That's right, this one here. Boing, boing, boing.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's just a little bit of wind out there, but it's warmed up nicely today.
It is, you know, it's because of the wind that the temperatures are warming up. Our wind started to come out of the south, and so that's helping to bump those temperatures. A little bit of cloud cover, like we talked about earlier in the newscast. You can see some of that hanging over Raleigh, a little bit in Chapel Hill, not as much in Apex, seeing a bit more sunshine there. The farther south you are, the less cloud cover you'll see. This is kind of swinging by to our north, bringing us just a few clouds. Chapel Hill here, courtesy of Top of the Hill Restaurant. I see people walking around without being completely bundled up. Looks like, you know, hoodies and that sort of thing as kids are walking around there on Franklin Street. This is a look at the wind coming out of the south around 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then that's steady. And then we're gusting to almost 20, gusting to 18 in Southern Pines, Clinton and South Hill, gusting to 19 in Roxborough and Fayetteville. So, yep, a little bit breezy out there. That wind will continue to help keep our temperatures warmer over the next 48 hours or so. Hour by hour, we're going to climb to 50 degrees right there at around 3 o'clock. By 6 o'clock, dropping back down to mid-40s, which is, you know, not too bad. We are above freezing right there at 1 a.m., and that's about where we'll end up. Probably going to end up in the Triangle area and overnight at around 34 degrees or so. We had most of our stations showing up last night in the teens, even low to mid-teens. It was really, really cold. We have this weak disturbance kind of swinging past us. You can see some snow up there into West Virginia, D.C., and on up into the northeast. We're just seeing the tail end of that with a few clouds right now, but that zooms on by, and then we'll be pretty bright and sunny for tomorrow. But of course, we're tracking our cold front, and that cold front's going to grab up some moisture from the Gulf of Mexico and bring us a chance of some rain over the weekend. The cold air will retreat before that happens. We're going to see the bulk of the rain on Saturday, but I tell you, I was just looking at the computer models, as I mentioned a little while ago, and the high-resolution models are really, you know, really a lot of the models are trying to kind of keep this rain moving through really fast without leaving much behind. So you can see Saturday morning that rain rolls on in. Through the afternoon, it starts to pull away. Notice how a couple of blips there showed up of snow. That's Sunday morning. But Sunday evening, there may be a little disturbance that swings back through that brings us a little chance of a snow flurry or two. Right now, it doesn't look like we would see much accumulation. Here's Friday at 11 p.m. Notice by Saturday morning, that southerly flow kind of filling in, lots of cloud cover, some showers for most of us by around 9 o'clock, maybe a little heavier right there at noon, and then it zips on out of here. Probably mid-afternoon, the bulk of it's over, minus a sprinkle or two. So it looks like maybe now the second half of the day looks a little drier than the first half of the day. And then on Sunday, we may see an isolated shower, especially later in the day. I'm putting the yellow on there. It may be more of a hold off in terms of your outdoor plans on Saturday. It just looks like we're going to see a good bit of rain. This is a look at our potential for snow, at least on this version of Futurecast. And you can see some really light amounts until you get on up into Virginia. Then it could be a little closer to an inch, but it just doesn't look like we're going to see a whole lot of that. Lots of cold air comes barreling in Sunday night into Thursday, but it's looking less and less likely that we're going to see snow or a wintry mix next week. The system that we need to come through, if we were going to get any precipitation on Wednesday, looks like it's well offshore at this point. So not holding out a whole lot of a hope, but our big story next week is definitely going to be the cold temperatures. Will drop down below freezing Sunday night and may not come above freezing until sometime on Thursday.
Good afternoon. I'm Michelle McConaughey. Let's get an update on today's forecast. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner is in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. Turned out to be a pretty nice day.
Yeah, it's not bad out there. Our wind shifted to southerly, and that's really started to warm things up. We're seeing partly cloudy skies. You can see some cloud cover, a couple of peaks of blue there in Apex as folks are heading out there. This is a look at our high-resolution satellite, and you can see this band of cloud cover. It kind of breaks up behind. It's just a weak disturbance that's to the north. That's going to swing on through and bring a few clouds around lunchtime, early afternoon, and then move on out. Temperature-wise, we're looking at 41 in South Hill, 43 in Roxborough, but 51 in Fayetteville, 50 in Clinton, and this is where the air is coming from, so it will continue to warm us up. We still have some chilly mornings in our forecast. Our normal low is 32, tomorrow morning 29, but overnight last night, we saw a lot of places in the teens, so this is significantly warmer, even though it's still below freezing. And then 34 Saturday and 39 on Sunday, so we do stay above freezing as we see some rain that rolls in. This afternoon, 50 in the Triangle, 49 in Durham, and 52 in Fayetteville. That's about our high temperatures that we'll see. And then tomorrow tomorrow, 51, 54 Saturday, 46 on Sunday. We're going to have the chance of some showers Saturday through around lunchtime, early afternoon, and then some dry times on Sunday before a second round comes through. This is a look at the disturbance swinging by that's bringing us some cloud cover right now, but we'll start to see a cold front developing and starting to pull up some moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. Once that moves on by, we get into more really cold air, really cold. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you. I mean, there's a huge Arctic blast, the biggest one that we've seen this season. Temperatures could be more than 20 degrees below average, and it's possible that we could see around 100 hours at or below freezing Monday through Thursday. It's what one of the models shows. Sunday evening, we may be cold enough Sunday night up near the Virginia line to see a little bit of light snow flurry activity, but right now we don't have a good feeling for snow really any time in the next 7 days, even though we were talking about it a little earlier in the week. But boy, I tell you what, it's going to be cold. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, a high of only 32 and upper 20s on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Oh boy, 32 degrees. That's cold. Thanks, Elizabeth.